As we've been saying in many of these tips, people do things that bother you all the time. You know, your significant other will probably get on your nerves from time to time, regularly, and we need to know how to react to that and how to handle these situations so as to use them as a forum for growth as opposed to a forum for destroying the relationship. So one way to do that is to recognize that we're in this for personal growth, and that when someone does something that bothers us, that is a good opportunity to use that for personal growth. And I call it feel the burn, right? We all know that when you're exercising and you're trying to improve your physical condition, that it's supposed to hurt a little bit. You're stretching your muscles, you're tearing the fibers, and they recreate themselves, and you know, that's how exercise works. Well, if you're interested in personal growth, emotional growth, relationship growth, there's going to be that same kind of strain. It'll feel a little different, but the idea is to feel that burn. You know, if someone said something a little snooty to you, or made some comment that bothered you, and you're going to do the smart thing and not deal with it in that moment, you can think to yourself, wow, okay, I can really grow in this way. I can learn to let this go. It's not that big a deal. It's not something that needs to be talked about, or maybe it is something that needs to be talked about, and you're going to follow the important advice of doing it later. So in those moments, in that time where you're not talking about it, you can notice how bothered you are, how frustrated you are, and you say, okay, feel the burn. This is the way it's supposed to feel when I am working on myself to become more patient, more understanding, whatever it might be. Feeling that burn is a good way to acknowledge your frustration, but to use it as motivation for growth, as opposed to letting that energy be a destructive force. So feel the burn. It's okay. That's the way we grow in ourselves, in our bodies, in our emotions, and it's a normal and useful thing.